Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Hadi, and he is in the Sinop, a tier 7 Russian battleship. Now he is on map neighbors and it's a ranked battle. So yeah, it's tier 7s only, and there is no destroyer. Isn't that lovely? Now he has decided to go towards the left flank here. We don't really have a strong force going towards C. We have the Atlanta here kind of trying to get B behind that island, and we have a Nelson in the north for some support. Now he's already started off with citadeling an enemy. Good start. Now next up we have a Hood who is currently turning broadside. There might be some potential there. Now taking caps without destroyers can be a little bit tricky. Oh, there is another citadel. But you know, I mean, they have the Atlanta here trying to do so behind the island, although the Atlanta has already taken a bit of a hit. And the enemy has the Flint trying this. But we have a Fiji here. I mean, Fiji has smoke, so there is a high chance that Fiji will be successful because there isn't any radar here or anything to stop that from happening. Now our Sinop here is, well, he's slowly getting a position where he could have potentially shots at the Flint. Of course, I mean, it's a Flint. A Flint has a smoke screen, so the Flint can just quite easily disappear unless he gets raided by an Atlanta. And there are some shells going towards the Flint. Flint is trying to smoke. Well, I mean, it's a hit, but unfortunately that Flint just remains floating.
I need help.
Yet the Atlanta might be in a problem zone. Like, if the enemy manages to push here into C, then the Atlanta will be vulnerable. I mean, his cover is mostly against, I guess, the people kind of directly north of him. Also, I mean, obviously all of those ships here on the left side are going to be a major issue for the Atlanta.
All stations, concentrate fire on that target.
Of course, I mean, the Atlanta might just be able to stay in concealment. And there we go, the Flint's taken care of. Now that should make things a bit easier here. Now they can finally grab the B camp. Now the friendlies also have lost a cruiser here on the left flank. The Nelson is still up there in the north, although it's unlikely that he can do anything against this, and he really should angle because, I mean, the Nelson is fully broadside to Colorado. That's not really what you want to be. And it looks like Hadi has to decide what he wants to do next. I mean, the friendlies have A and B now. So there are two possible options. He can go north and try to support the Nelson, or he can just push here. Right now they sort of have 3 ships against sort of 3 enemies. Like, I mean, it depends on what those 2 ships in the center do, right? Are they going north or are they going over here? I mean, it kind of would make sense if all of those 5 friendlies here would push the 3 enemies. I mean, on the other hand, like, that Nelson is not going to last for much longer, I would suspect. Especially if he isn't starting to angle a bit more. Then again, maybe this island is currently providing him cover. Who knows? So it looks like Hadi has decided that helping the Nelson in the north is going to be it. Now, I mean, keep in mind he still has some shots at those guys, but obviously if he was closer, he an easier time. And currently, by traveling like this, he's showing broadside, so if he wants to fire his guns or not, well, I mean, it depends on how much attention the enemy team is paying. We have the Atlanta and the Belfast coming here, so I mean, this part of the map should be hopefully soon firmly in the friendlies' hands. I mean, I have the cap zones, but it's like the Hood is almost down. And maybe with the next salvo they can actually completely obliterate the Hood. It was just leave like a Sinop and how do you pronounce that guy? Boys? However, boys kind of sounds wrong, doesn't it? Anyway. So the Hood, oh, the Hood is healing. Now it looks like Hadi is already focusing on the Colorado. Oh, there is a Fiji potentially broadside. I mean, even an angled Fiji is just going to get wrecked by those guns. If you get a good hit in, I guess. But you can potentially wreck a Fiji no matter the angle. Well, and that's 3 over pens. And a pen, I suppose. So unfortunately, you know, the Hood seemed to have escaped. And the Nelson is still around, so that's good. It looks like the enemy team not decided to not really push that Nelson. But the ships up there in the north are surprisingly healthy. I mean, that Nelson hasn't like the Nelson fought like the Colorado, the Surrey, and the Fiji for the last like 8 minutes. And there wasn't any other enemy up. Oh wait, no, there was the Flint. Wait, the Flint. So it looks like the Nelson's actually decided to push now. I mean, he's currently contesting this cap, which is points-wise a nice thing. But he isn't very healthy, and I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. Also keep in mind that... Well, we have broadside Surrey here. That worked! It's nice to see broadsides devastated, isn't it? So what I wanted to say is, right, keep in mind that tier 7 battleships can usually overmatch each other's noses, so that Nelson can totally be overmatched by the Colorado. So that's something to keep in mind. Of course, that means... Actually, is the Sinop nose different? I mean, Russians have sometimes weird noses, but... I would suspect that the Colorado can overmatch the Sinop nose. I'd have to check that, actually. But the Sinop can definitely overmatch the Colorado's nose. So we will see how this works. Meanwhile, we have a Fiji, and there is the Citadel we all waited for. I mean, the Fiji is still around, but probably not for much longer. I'm sure it's saying probably true for the Nelson. Oh, this has the Nelson? Oh, it's the Nelson, yeah. Well, maybe the Nelson gets another super heal off soon. So the Fiji managed to disappear. Now Hadi here is also unspotted. Meanwhile, it looks like the friendlies are losing A. With him sailing away from A, I guess everybody else decided to do that as well. And even the Hood is still floating down there. It's a bit of an awkward spot. If he sails, isn't paying attention and he sails towards forward, Colorado could get some nice shots at him, and oh, the Nelson just got off the Fiji. That's going to be helpful. Honestly, I'm surprised that Nelson held on a lot longer than I thought, so good job, Nelson. I'll give him credit. Now, it looks like Hadi has decided it's time to go for the Colorado. The Fiji has been dealt with, so that's not going to be an issue, obviously, and he hasn't... Well, he has no torps to worry about, and focus on that one battleship here. Of course, how is he going to do that? So he is trying to, I guess, get a good... I'm not sure, like, the angle isn't as ideal, but, well, 2 pence. Where is that? Oh, so let's see. I mean, maybe, just maybe he can even get Citadels. If the Colorado was to just go forward, then he could get some nice hits there. But it looks like the Colorado is actually trying to angle. But remember, he can't just go through the nose. Can't just go through the nose. Maybe I'm a little bit more nosy. Well, I guess he can... Oh, did he just permanently knock out a gun turret? Wait a moment. Let me unlock the camera. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a permanently knocked out gun turret. Now let's give him the camera pack. So that's obviously going to help, but it looks like the Colorado wants to go for a ram here. Now, of course, you can still go through the nose. Now, it's a bit problematic because if a ship is so close, you can't, like, aim low enough while zoomed in. But if you zoom out, well, then again, like, could you aim low enough? I mean, when we look at this physically speaking, like, this gun turret can't go much further down because there's a lot of ship in the way. So, physics can be a bitch, right? Might have needed to be slightly angled there. Now it looks like the enemy is going for the ram here. So he's decided to go for the enemy Sinop and... That didn't work out the way the Colorado wanted now, did it? So there might have been a ramming flag involved in this. Well, there probably was.
Неполадки устранены.
And it's 3 against 3 right now. The friendlies do have more caps and more points. But ship-wise, it's still anyone's game. So how healthy is the Hood by now? Well, he recovered a little bit there. Now, for now, we want to get rid of that Sinop. Hadi has managed to properly angle himself. So this shouldn't be... Yeah, this should be working. Shouldn't be too much of an issue right now. And the Sinop is dealt with. And the Nelson still around, still kicking butt. You know, I underestimated the Nelson. Meanwhile, we have Ignition now in the far back line, who is surprisingly healthy. I mean, you'd think that the healthy brawling battleship would be on the front line, right? But anyway, we still have Ignition now. Now it's 2 against 2. So let's see. I mean, it's still 6.5 minutes, so it might be a little bit too early to just hide in the back and hope for the points to win this. Oh, there is a cruiser. And you know what? Don't think that angle matters. So, well, there is a little bit of the cruiser remaining, but you know, the next salvo should take care of this. And he's wisely slowing down here. If he was going too much further in, he might be showing broadside to the Hood, and the Hood could devastate him. Then again, I'm not sure how much protection this island provides. It's not that high, but who knows, maybe. At the very least, I guess he is in concealment once he sinks the cruiser.
Вражеский крейсер потоплен.
And immediately damage comes, because there is currently no reason why it would be set on fire again. Well, I guess if he finds the Hood around here. Speaking of the Hood, where is the Hood? Well, we know he isn't in a cap right now, but that's all we know. He has last been spotted here. Is he Oh, he's coming this way. I wouldn't have been surprised if he went towards C, but it looks like he's around now. Hadi here is already angling. He doesn't want to show broadside when he gets around here. And somebody is already recommending him to ram. And I mean, like, look, this is the last enemy remaining. Ramming here is obviously going to be a very good choice, and he could have, well, he could manage to get 2 rams in one battle. How often do you do it? How often can you get 2 rams off? So there we go, he's almost there, almost. Damn it. Well, the Hood dodged, but you know, it won't matter. The Hood's still going to go down, and this is still going to be a win. Secondaries, come on. Do it, secondaries. Just give him this close quarters. And here we are with the results. So Hadi earned himself 2,891 base experience. And that was very nicely done by him there. He achieved a devastating strike, a Confederate, a Die Hard, a close quarters expert, a Dreadnought, a Kraken, and a high caliber. And that's a lot of medals. Doing 186,000 points of damage, sinking 5 enemies, and yeah, that was an amusing battle. I hope you enjoyed it as well, and I'll see you guys next time.